Hey everybody, welcome back to another awesome edition of Geekdom 101 Q&A, where I answer your questions from the Ask FM. This week's going to be a little bit shorter. I've got a whole bunch of shit going on, and I got to make sure I get that taken care of today. Super busy day today, but I figured I'd quickly knock out this Q&A. So let's go ahead and answer some of your questions. Also, it's a bit shorter because I have been answering your questions throughout the week. Some of the quick answers I've been able to post up actually on the Ask FM. So if you've asked a question recently, I may have answered it. Some questions I purposely have not answered because I'm saving them for a video, but or for a Q&A video, but I have answered more questions than ever. I think I answered maybe 200 or so questions last week. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get to it here. Video answers. First question, if Vegito were to have a son, I'm guessing you mean Vegeta. But okay, let's keep going. Vegeta were to have a son, would he be as strong as SSJ2 at Goten's age? Would his power level be higher than Broly as a baby? How would you predict his personality? Unless you actually mean Vegito as in the fused character, if they were permanently fused and they had a son, I don't know if he would have the power of an SSJ2 at Goten's age. You're guessing that based on the power of the fusion and how it's hereditary. But really, Dragon Ball has kind of proven that not every child or whatever, not every offspring is hereditary to obtain this great power. So it's hard to tell. I don't think he would have the power of an SSJ2 at Goten's age. But if it was hereditary, I could totally see that. Would his power level be higher than Broly's as a baby? Probably not, because Broly is an anomaly. How would you predict his personality? Well, I guess it depends on his upbringing, because if it was Vegito was the dad, he'd have two mothers. That is the question, though, right? Who would Vegito impregnate, Bulma or Chi-Chi? Weird questions, as always, but thanks for sending them through. What is Dr. Gero was to hold a grudge against Supreme Kai race like they did with Goku? Would Dr. Joe's androids be a threat to Supreme Kai race? Let me read that again. Would the androids be a threat to the Supreme Kais? I don't think so, but I could totally see them being... Okay, 17 and 18 probably would. I don't think 19 and 20 would. How about that? So, there you go. That's actually a pretty good question. In other words, I don't think the Kais that we see are that powerful at all. I believe that Kaioshin Supreme Kai said that he was more stronger than Frieza. More stronger. There's some good grammar. But I don't think they can fuck with 19 and 20, or I'm sorry, with 17 and 18. So if he makes 17 and 18, they're in trouble. Did baby Vegeta go to strip clubs with Goten and Gohan and Goku were still in space? I may have already gotten this question. The answer is yes. Maybe you did. Maybe you rocked. Maybe you rocked around the clock. Tick-tock, tick-tock. All right. What did you think of the funny dub of Beerus and Whis? If you're talking about the voices, I love them. I think Beerus and Whis were very well cast. I really did enjoy it. So, yes, the answer is I love the voices from Beerus and Whis. I've asked this of QAAMAN, BLACKENFIST, and Mike at LSN. Why are you asking him? No, I'm kidding. And haven't gotten a response yet. Let's see how you respond. This is from Majin Soul, who asks all kinds of wacky questions. If a fused character has sex with one other character, does that count as a threesome? Yes. Is it technically cheating for one of them? How fucked up would it be if it was a pregnancy? I already got that question earlier. What is it with people talking about fused characters having kids, man? Fuck. Okay, I'll answer what I believe. No, it's not a threesome. Even though it would be weird hearing two voices say, turn around, let me put it in your butt. You know, kind of weird hearing Goku and Vegeta say that. That's fucking weird. Is it cheating? No, because they're a different being. And if there was a pregnancy, it might make a powerful baby, but I already answered that. More Majin Soul questions here. Frightening things we never saw in Dragon Ball. Actual Dragon Balls. That's true. We did not see that. Michael Alvarado, my question is, what do you think Beerus' full power level is in the Scouter number? There is no fucking way I'll be able to answer this. I know power levels are pointless and what was meant as a plot device, but if you had to guess for the fun of it, what would it be? I think it's somewhere in the trillions to 10 trillions. Yeah, I would say about 10 trillion. How about that? Because it's just immeasurable. Plus, you can't measure God Ki anyways. Second, why are androids from the main timeline not as bad as the ones from the future Trunks timeline? I've researched on it but haven't found a good theory. What's your take on it? Also, like to thank you for your videos on Dragon Ball. You've made me see the series in a new light. Michael Alvarado. Thank you very much. Appreciate the compliment. It's funny because actually, as of the taping of this, I just got done watching a couple of episodes of Dragon Ball Z. Check out, go and rewatch, and it's okay if you watch it dubbed. They got it pretty right. Rewatch episode 141 and 140, I believe, or 139, right around there. You're going to want to pay attention to the scene where they're moving Goku's body from one place to another, and there's Trunks, Krillin, Gohan, and Yamcha talking in the ship. Very good conversation there. It's implied in that scene that Trunks believes that him going back in time and killing Frieza, he believes that that event changed the timeline. It had somewhat of a butterfly effect that actually changed things in a significant way. For example, in the Trunks timeline, there's only 17 and 18. But, of course, in the regular timeline, the main timeline, whatever, the Dragon Ball Z timeline, there's 16, 17, and 18, and they're not so bad. And then, of course, there's Cell. It's implied, Trunks believes that him going back changed this. However, we then find out that there was a time machine that went even further back, and that was, of course, the time machine of Cell. So, very interesting. Basically, my take on it is this. Trunks or Cell, whichever one you believe, going back in time and killing Frieza, altering the events of that timeline, even though it had no adverse effect on Dr. Gero, even though it had no adverse effect on him creating the artificial humans, it did create a chain reaction that changed the timeline. However, the only evidence you have that there might have actually been a effect is when Cell explains that the spy robot took Frieza and King Cold's cells and read that Trunks existed, but decided not to take Trunks' cells because Trunks, they already had enough Saiyajin cells. Maybe Dr. Gero knew that there were more than just Goku and Vegeta as part of that race, and that small little change may have been something that contributed to a change in the timeline. You kind of just have to see it as kind of a butterfly effect, like just those changes change things. All right, so why is Beerus' attendant is a cosmic Lady Gaga? I don't know. I think I got that question already. What would you say the power multiplier is for SSG? Personally, I guess it's around 70. I say this because Beerus, by the way, was only using 1% of his power when he defeated SSJ3 Goku. That's not necessarily true. I don't believe Beerus was using 1% of his power at all. At all. I think Beerus was using at least 10 to maybe 12%. I really think so. And he was using 70% when he defeated him in SSG God mode. Would that kind of make sense for it to be 70, give or take? No, the 1% number's off. I don't think the multiplier is 70 at all. There's a big misconception here. People actually believe that Goku fought Beerus the entire time at 80% in Battle of Gods. That is not the case. He fought him at 80% in the cave. Once he powered up and then went out into space, he was going 100%. Look how fucking hard he hit his ass. And he still couldn't beat Beerus. So, honestly, bro, the multiplier has to be in like the thousands, I think, if you want to even say that. But it's very hard to actually say what the multiplier is because it's God key. It really doesn't have one. It's a different level of energy. I don't know if that's a cop-out answer. I hope it's not. Beerus almost killed SSJ3 with 3 hits, but after Goku achieved SSG, he could survive a lot more hits and hit Beerus in base form. And SSJ also did the SSG transformation multiple his power more than 300. And how strong are the SSG? That's the same kind of question I got before. There's no way to tell, but we do know that the God and God SS forms are significantly more powerful than any other form ever. Just the fact that God was able to damage Beerus even a little bit is enough to tell you that. So, multiple, I don't know, thousands. There's no way to tell. There's no answer. There might be an answer if they put out a guidebook one day, but as of right now, as of this recording, there is none. Do you think Gohan was SSJ or SSJ2 against Dabura? That's a big, big, big question, and the answer is SSJ2. I actually think that Super JAYAIN may have done a video on this. Also, how strong were the SSJ kids at the World Tournament compared to Gohan, who hadn't trained for 7 years? Gohan was definitely stronger. I asked this because some people believe Goten was on Gohan's level when they were training together, but I find that hard to believe. You're right. Goten was not on Gohan's level. Even if, they were even close, Gohan has a much more developed adult body. So it's, and yeah, I know Teen Gohan is an exception, but that's because Gohan didn't train. Either way, 7-year-old Goten's not going to fuck with 16-year-old Gohan. It's just not going to happen or whatever. What if Mr. Satan was working in Freddy's Fazbear Pizza? Will he make out or die? Probably make out. Eric Dean, all right. This is probably going to be the last question of this Q&A here. Like I said, a short one, but I might come back with a bonus one, so look forward to that here. Hey, Geekdom, I remember one video said you did IT. What are you doing in IT? I was born in Florida. I plan on moving to Orlando once I get my degree in Texas at the moment. I was wondering how the IT job scene is in Florida. I got my CCNA. I have 1 year left for my degree. Eric Dean. I know a lot of you guys probably don't care about this because it's not Dragon Ball, but I will answer the question. The IT scene is very good here. It's booming. There are tons of freaking companies opening up now here in Florida, and the fact that you got your CCNA is fantastic, Eric. Fantastic. CCNA, Cisco certified technicians are extremely, extremely talented if you actually didn't cheat, right? Very good at math. Maybe you can help me figure out this power level shit, but no, IT scene is very, very good. I don't know about Orlando, but I can tell you that the Tampa Bay area definitely has tons of openings for all kinds of IT. I actually know a few companies that might actually hire your ass for good salaries too. So CCNA is an incredible start, and a degree, you're going to start making good money, and you're going to end up making great money. Of course, you have to keep up with the shit, which is annoying, but you should know that already. But yeah, I think Florida is pretty damn good for IT. So, actually, I will answer one more question here. Why did Vegeta have trouble training at 150 times gravity in DB Super when he trained at 500 times gravity in DBZ? Did it care? Forget something again? No, I think that what it is like sometimes you go to the gym and you don't go all out. I think Vegeta, this is my theory, Vegeta has alternating training schedules. I think that he goes hard some days, and I think he softens up other days because you have to allow your body to heal up. Even though he's not human, they still have similar properties. They have to rest. Goku sleeps, Vegeta sleeps, they all sleep and they eat. Same shit. So I think that he was going 150, but I think that it was just for that day. I do think that he regularly trains at 500. So that to me actually does make sense. Yeah, it's a little bit of headcanon, but from somebody like myself who does train, who's lost a lot of weight, that makes a lot of sense. Anyways, that's going to do it for this edition of Geekdom Q&A. Thanks again for your support as always. Spread the word about the channel. Leave a comment if you have one, if you're inclined to, and like the video if you enjoyed it. I hope y'all have a lovely, lovely day, and I'll catch you down the road.